Alright everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To all the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all the subscribers, welcome back. All I ask for in return is for you to smash that like button to let me know you watch this video and to stay tuned on in towards the second half of the video, guys. Right after this chart analysis, I have a ticker symbol to share with you guys, as well as the opportunities I mentioned this morning over at the Discord. And if that's something that interests you and you want to become part of, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description, and we look forward to having you join us. And by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together over at the Discord. So here we are with Nndm, Nano Dimension, and Nndm had a nice jump for 3 days straight. And now today was the day where it had a little bit of volatility and a pullback. We have not seen a pullback like today's in the last 2 days. The question is this going to continue into tomorrow and even the beginning of next week? Or this could be the setup before the next bull run, right? So it can actually continue pushing upwards to newer highs and new resistance levels. Well, the most recent low that we touched was 597. So anything below that is very significant to watch. And the lowest point that we've seen in the last several months was 540. So if this breaks through 597, I'll be watching this very carefully between 597 and 540 to see if the bulls try to reappear and bring it back up, or if the bears are tearing this one down fairly fast. So keep that in mind and pay close attention to it. Now, the stock is running up pretty fast, and that is something to be aware of. It kind of consolidated through volatility, and now it's pulling back as fast as it's ran up. Now, it is holding itself up above the lowest point here of 637 that it reached in the day. So that is some strength. But if that gets broken through, the next point of reference is down here at 626, and then down here 618. I know that's a lot of dissecting, but it's good to have it all dissected as much as possible to see how it's reacting within these levels, especially after a 2-day run, and today things got a little bit stagnant and things are pulling back again, right? Some investors would call this a bull trap. If this continues going lower, that would signify that this was a bull trap and it's going to be an even bigger pullback that can actually retest these lows or get really close to it or even break through it. Now, to the upside, the most important part is yesterday's highest point, and that's 663. And the bulls need to break through that and turn that into a support and break away from it, creating that staircase effect, right? After that pullback, jumping back up and continuing to hit newer highs and new resistance levels. Now, if 663 gets broken through, that's one good point of reference to break through, and the next one would be up here at 695. And then obviously I would round that up to $7 to see how the bulls are reacting in that area to push up to newer highs, new resistance levels, and deeper into bullish territory. Now, that is both sides of the spectrum. I look forward to seeing your thoughts on this one because a lot of investors are a little bit bummed out that this one did a lot of offerings, even though institutional ownership is still pretty high. So I'm not sure if investors were looking for that instant gratification like it happened back here in February, or it's just something that investors thought it was going to be fast and not paying close attention to the fact that this is the future, guys. Nndm is not an investment for today, and it's no pun intended, but it's an investment for tomorrow if you believe in the technology, in the innovation, and in the potential that the company might have as they further expand and continue to become in demand. Because one of the biggest things that I saw once the CEO talk about is the fact that adaptation, right? Adopting their technology is going to be the biggest hurdle or the biggest challenge. And once it becomes adopted and used more, it's going to change everything. So I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below on that. And if you've seen that quote or if you've seen that video, and if you haven't, go check it out. Come back to this video and comment down below what you thought. And just look up a CEO interview talking about adaptation of Nndm. I think it should pop up. But it is something that I realized really fast that this is not a stock that you're going to see things price in right away. If not, everything that moves about this is pricing in the future and things ahead of time, right? Because this is an innovative stock, growth stock, has nothing to do with what it's doing right now. If anything, it's trying to build itself up, and those offerings are bound to help the company long term if used correctly. If they're not used correctly, then this could end up in penny stock area, and penny stock area is anything below $5. So that is something that is very important for Nndm stock to stay above $5. If you learned something new, don't forget to subscribe. Click on the bell so you don't miss a single video that I post. Share this with a friend so they can receive the insight as well. And all I ask for is 3 to 5 more minutes of your time. I have a ticker symbol to share with you guys, as well as the opportunities I mentioned this morning over at the Discord. And that's something you can become part of if you're interested in knowing what stocks I watch daily. The link is down below in the description to the Discord, and we look forward to having you join us. Stay tuned. So the ticker symbol I have to share with you guys today is one that I've talked about before, and it's already jumped up nearly 40 to 50% after hitting its lows, and it's kind of consolidating at this area. So it's definitely a stock to be watching even if it pulls back further, and if not, watching it as it consolidates towards its next catalyst. Now, before we talk about that stock, I want to share with you guys the opportunities I mentioned this morning over at the Discord. And if that's something that interests you and you want to become part of, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord, and by joining, you'll become part of a growing community of investors all looking to learn and grow together. So I talked about COCP, PALI, and DIDI. Now, these stocks came out with fresh news, and I was just watching DIDI based off of volume and its charts. Every single stock gave an opportunity of 10% plus. It all had to do with execution and timing, but the one that happened the quickest was COCP. So we started watching this one as it was pulling downwards towards the bell, started to run, pulled back down, right? Hit 129 and took off to 148, nearly a highest point of 18% plus. This was almost a home run opportunity at its highest peak, and after that it pulled back and gave small jumps of 3 to 5%. Now, the other stocks we watched was DIDI and PALI. Now, PALI was our worst performer, but in the first 10 to 15 minutes, right, this stock pulled back at the bell, hit lows here of 376 and took off to 405, giving a 5 to 10% jump. And that's what it's all about. Today was really quick. It was the true expectation of what day trading is, and a regular expectation, nothing that just skyrockets out of nowhere or anything like that. That 5 to 10%, like I always talk about, is a regular day, and I always put my stop loss, and if it executes and it kicks me out, I call it a day and move on. If not, I protected my capital rather than just sit there and watch it dissipate, right? That's the goal every single time, to execute as best as I can, and if my stop loss limit order executes, it is what it is, right? I'd rather lose 5 to 10% than see my stock continue, or my money actually, and my capital continue to just sit there in a position that I might have to hold for another day or two, and that's not the point. I trade penny stocks, I do not hold them. So DIDI pulled back pretty fast, hit 994 and jumped up to 1041. Now this stock right here gave a small jump of about 5%, but in the big pullback, right, this lasted for about 35 minutes to 40 minutes. It took off from those lows all the way up to highs here of 1020, a jump of about 10 to 12%. And DIDI was one that took patience and execution and timing when it came to this stock. Not everything is always going to be instant gratification. It's all about trying to catch the dip, sell the rips, and if it actually does not constitute to that type of opportunity and a stop loss gets executed, I always move on. So if you guys want to know what stocks I watch daily, you're more than welcome to join us. The link is down below in the description to the Discord, and we look forward to having you join us. So what's the stock you want to add to your watch list? Well, it's METX. This stock actually jumped nearly 50% plus since we talked about it back on the 26th to the 27th, pulled down, jumped up again, and now it's consolidating. Now, this is a speculative play, and this has been in a downtrend for some time. If we actually zoom this out, you could see that all it's done is fall, consolidate, have spikes, consolidate, and then continue that downward trend. Another consolidation here, about 80 to 90 cents, and then it's just continued a downward trend. Now, this is very speculative. It is a penny stock, but it is a stock to watch going into its earnings, which the next earnings is coming up in August. It says here August 28th. If anybody wants to confirm that or double check that, that's what it's showing here on this platform. It could be earlier or around that time or that exact date, but that is something to be aware of. And this stock has beat earnings before, and it's going to be interesting how it's going to play out going into the following weeks and the next month. Definitely do your due diligence and research on this one. I'm just here to enlighten you guys on what stocks I'm watching and why I'm watching them. This is not financial advice. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.